All right, hey guys, so we're back here for fish dissection video 1. I'm gonna have to do 2 videos here because I want to make sure that you get to see everything that you're supposed to see and be able to complete the lab sheet that goes with this. Okay, so on the lab sheet, first it asks you to examine the eye, and it wants to know if you see any eyelids here on the fish, and it wants you to sketch that eye. And then it also wants you to sketch the fin. So that's why I was trying to get this fin up in the earlier video on the external anatomy. I was not doing a very good job of it, so that you could see it at its like full effect. That when it's kind of raised up here, you can see what that looks like. Yeah, that's better. Doing a good job. That one's the dorsal fin, by the way, the spiny dorsal. And the caudal fin is easy to see there. The anal fin, when that is spread out, looks like that. The pectoral fin, remember there's one on each side, looks like that. And then the pelvic fin down here. See if I can get that one spread out for you. You can see it. You guys see that? There you go. There's also 2 of those. Okay, so it wants you to find the function of the fins. So I want you to think about that, the fin function, and if you have to, you can look something up, but think about what the fish might do with these. What do other organisms that have similar appendages do with some of those appendages, and what might the fish need to do in the water? Now, the next thing that we're going to do is take a look at the gill structure. And that's one of my favorite things to do. So I already opened up the operculum. And in your lab, it asks you to count how many gill arches there are. So that little white part is the gill arch. And there are numerous of them. And they're all kind of laid in here together. So I see 1. Oh, and there's actually double gill filaments on each of the gill arches. Not sure I've ever dissected a tilapia like this before, by the way, so this is new to me too. There's a second gill arch. There's a third gill arch, and there is a 4th gill arch in there. Sorry, my video is not in the right place. So you want to make sure that you are sketching that structure and what that looks like. That's a really cool structure. And each of those little, the pink part of the gill arches, you can see it kind of looks like a feather. It feathers out because each of those little pieces are actually a gill filament, and they're all attached together. But gill filaments have the same function as a lung, that they're, as the water goes by, they are going to take in the oxygen and release carbon dioxide. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to, because this fish meat is going to be used, I'm going to partially fillet this fish, and then I'm going to open the cavity with the body organs down in here. So that you guys can see what that looks like, what they look like. Generally, when you're filleting a fish, you're not going to open that cavity because you don't want to taint the meat at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of start up here at the top, and I'm going to peel that fish meat all the way down and across. In the lab activity, usually we would start down here at the bottom because we're using preserved fish, and would cut across, up, over, and down, and would cut a little rectangle in there so that you could see the organs. But the preserved ones are never as exciting, so you're in for a real treat today. All right, pausing this video so I can get some new things done to this fish, and then we'll be back on.